सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Om. Uddhava Gita, 16th chapter, page 233. Chapter number is according to Ramakrishna Mission Book. In original Bhagavatam, the number will be different, 2 more chapters forward. Okay. Verse number 10. द्रव्यस्य शुद्ध्यशुद्धौ च द्रव्येण वचनेन च संस्कारेणाथ कालेन महत्त्वाल्पतयाथवा शक्त्याथवा बुद्ध्या समृद्ध्या च यदात्मने अघं कुर्वन्ति हि यथा देशावस्थानुसारितः. In our Hinduism, that is in Sanatana Dharma, moksha is the Parama Purushartha. The ultimate goal is liberation. This moksha is nothing but knowing oneself, the real nature. One has to recognize that real nature. How is it possible? Shastra prescribe different sadhanas to acquire this knowledge. Those sadhanas are karma kanda, rituals are prescribed, and later upasanas are also prescribed. Rituals means religious purity. Rituals meant for religious purity. That is, the rituals when we follow, we worship Ishtadaivam and Panchabhutas, the nature we worship, and we offer our oblations to all devatas, presiding deities, through Yajna, Yaga, Homa, Japa, Tapadi rituals, Puja, etc. All these rituals are meant for the refinement of the mind. That we have to remember. All the way we have to remember. We should never forget. Going to temple, doing pradakshina, doing puja, doing we can call fasting, upavasa, or going to pilgrimage, any religious practice in the name of worshipping God, when we do, only for one purpose, that is only for mental refinement. This samskara is possible only by practicing different rituals. These rituals are called samskara rupena. Samskara means refining, purificatory rituals. People may not know that. Out of fear, out of bhakti, out of some desires they may perform. But Shastra intention is what? Mind has got lot of impurities. That mind is not eligible for moksha. So mind has to be refined. So like brass metal or copper metal, if you clean today, again it gets that rust tomorrow. It needs again the purification. You have to make it shining by everyday washing. We know in our house when you use the copper vessel, copper tumbler, copper chimbu, that is any patram, or any brass puja saman. Every Friday we know we have habit of making them to wash, purify them, refine them. Again, why we are doing? Because of that climate, atmosphere, moisture, they become very black. Any metal you take, especially copper and brass, the both of them, even silver also, they get rust, they become lack, they need refinement. Like that, our mind also gets a lot of impurities because of interactions with the world. Not only present interactions, but because of purva janma vasanas, previous imprints, potential latent imprints in the mind, they are all occupying the mind, concealing the mind, not allowing the mind, that person, to come to spirituality. That is why our Shastra knows that the reason why people are not able to focus their mind, not able to come to Parama Purushartha, because of mental impurity. Therefore, we have lot of rituals, different forms of rituals, different methods, different techniques at different levels of people. We should not question why all these rituals, what for, all these are blind practices. Never question, never argue why. Why all these rituals? Why these practices? All blind practices? Never. They are not blind practices, they are not blind beliefs, but they are meant to refine the mind. People, they have to recognize and practice them at some extent, purify the mind and get jnana yogyata. Mind gets subtle thinking capacity to know about the subtle Atma, the Brahman. If we blindly just follow, it is not useful. If we negate them, refute them, criticize them, also not useful. Therefore, judiciously we have to practice them as they are means for preparing my mind for moksha. Whether you know it or not, they are prescribed by Shastra. Let me practice. I am the beneficiary by practicing them. Whatever I can do at my level, my capacity, Shastra gives lot of margin, lot of choice. You can do any way, whatever way you want, but do something. Do some puja, do some mantra japa, do some sadhana, do some meditation, do some type of spiritual preparing sadhana, spiritual life preparation. We can call it a spiritual education preparing ground. That is called rituals. Krishna said, I have prescribed, they are all prescribed by me. 6 are there. When you are following some rituals, you have to take care of that dravyam, the material which you are offering to the Bhagavan. Dravyam. Similarly, that kala, Shuddha kala, Shuddha desha, Shuddha dravyam, Shuddha karta, Shuddha karma, Shuddha mantra. 6 you have to seek. Pure, holy place, holy time, that we have completed. What is the holy place? We have completed in previous verses. 8th verse and 9th verse we saw that Shuddha kala, Pavitra kala, Pavitra desha. Kashi, according to medical field, they think Kashi Ganga is not hygienic water. They may think Kashi is the most congested place, very, very difficult to have a hygiene there. They think like that. Those who are very much bodily oriented people. Kumbh Mela, many people are afraid of going to Kumbh Mela. If you go and see there in Kumbh Mela, lakhs and lakhs of people come per day. One day for many lakhs of people come and visit. You cannot even walk freely. That much crowd comes. Why? Prayaga, Kumbh Mela, Haridwar, Kashi, all these places are holy places. Desha Pavitrata is there. That is what people are seeing. Not like body oriented people, like they don't bother. They bother about their subtle body, jiva, moksha, that and all purification they see. That's why Kashi is the Pavitra Desha. Haridwar, Badari, Kedarnath, like that many places, Pavitra Desham. Guruvayur, like that Bhuvaneshwar, so many places, Chidambaram, many places, Tirupati, how Pavitra Desham they are. Similarly, Kala also, right Muhurta, right time you have to perform the ritual. Purification, sake religious purity, sake whatever ritual you undertake, see that you are performing in pure place, holy place, and holy time, Pavitra Kala. That Pavitra Kala, not only that, but what you are offering, Dravya also must be pure. How you can make it pure? Flowers, milk, and so many other dravyams, whatever you use for puja, yajna, yaga, homa, all these dravyams, they are coming from outside, from so many sources. How do we know they are pure? You can make them pure. After getting them, you can sprinkle water, that water which is chanted with mantras, mantra jalam. Mantra jalam, you prokshanam, if you sprinkle, they are all purified. Dravyasya. Now we are seeing the 10th and 11th verses, the third material. Desha Pavitrata, Kala Pavitrata, afterwards Dravya Pavitrata we have to see. Dravya Shuddhi. Pavitrata means Shuddhi, pure. 10, 11, 12 and 13, Krishna talking about Dravya Shuddhi. Dravyasya, the material of that puja or homa or yajna or abhishekam, Shuddhi Ashuddhau Bhavataha. Some of them are very pure by nature, some of them are impure. Shuddha Ashuddhau Bhavataha, bound to be there, Bhavataha to be supplied within brackets. Because Shuddhi Ashuddhi Divachanam. Shuddhya Suddhau, Shuddhihi Ashuddhihi cha, Shuddhya Ashuddhau Bhavataha. Of what? These materials, Dravyasya. Then how you purify them? They are impure because of so many reasons we do not know. Dravyena Dravyasya Shuddhihi. You can remove the Ashuddhi of that Dravya through another Dravya. Through another Dravya, like Vastram, Samarpayami. Bhagavan, you want to Samarpayami. That Vastram is impure. Suppose how you do? With water, another Dravyam. Water is another Dravyam. You keep, wash it and make it to oblation for Bhagavan. That Ashuddhi removed. Shuddhi purpose Dravyena, because of contact of another material, we can purify the Dravyam, Dravyena, or Vachanena. Suppose this object is pure or impure, how do we know? Vachanena. All these are in Tritiya Vibhakti. Dravyena, Vachanena, Samskarena, like that 10 points Lord Krishna gives. Dravyena is number 1. Through another material you can purify the dravyam, puja dravyam. And flowers, whatever you bring, sprinkle water, put in water, or sometimes dirt will be there. Flowers or fruits you want to offer, sometimes mud will be there, dirt will be there. You have to clean with another material. What is that? Water. With water you can clean, dravyena or vachanena. Sometimes you do not know whether it is pure or not, whether I can use it or not. Some one person who knows Shastra well, that noble person you can go and by his words you can purify. They say this is good, you can use it. Once they say the Shrotriya who has studied Shastra well and who is informed person, Samskrita Purushaha, his words you can take as final. For that, in Taittiriya Upanishad also we have one mantra. Etatra brahmana samharshinaha yukta yuktaha aluksha dharma kamasyuhu yatha te tatra varteran tadha tatra vartethaha. Just as the elderly people, Vruddha Vyavahara, are noble people, well informed people, they suggest us, they practice in front of us, you can see them, you can practice. Tatra vartethaha. You also can practice. Yatha tatra varteran. Just as they practice, you practice. As your grandfather, grandmother, they did, you practice. Or nearby any noble person. Vachanena. Tritiya vibhakti. Or samskarena. Samskara means again refining with another water. Samskara means refining that. Samskarena. Purify with cleaning. Samskarena. Kalena. By time. You have to wait for some time. That muhurta. Good time. Good time comes, muhurtam comes, it becomes pure. And the nakshatram, and the time, gadiya, they call it as gadiya. The seconds and matter. Even fraction of second also is very important. Kalena, shuddhi. If it is not right time, it is ashuddhi. If it is right time, it is shuddhi. Dravyasya suddhi. Then samskarena. If it is impure, samskarena shuddhihi bhavati. Then mahatva alpatya adhava. Or mahatva means if you want to take water from abhisheka, normally tank water, regular tank water we should not use. We can take mahatva means where well water is available. From river water or well water you take. Even very much orthodox people, they take bath only from well water, not any bucket or tank stored water. Even though well water is stored like, looks like, but every day new water go on and on coming there. As you take water, new water comes in the well. But tank it is not like that. Some red hills, somewhere old water, stagnated water, from that it comes to our sump. Again we can send to overhead tank, that tank water, so many months stored water we are using nowadays. Orthodox people, they don't use even for abhishekam also well water. Even some Peethadipatis, Swamijis, whenever they do Chaturmasya Vratam, they stay in such a place where well water is available. From there only they take water for abhisheka, for snanam, for everything. That is called mahatva. Alpataya means alpataya ashuddhihi. Mahatvataya shuddhihi. Alpa means a pond water, a stagnated water. That is ashuddhihi. Then shakti ashaktya. Shakti means both we have to take. According to your Shakti, if you are young, you can take bath. If you are old, suppose, Shastra permits you clean your body. Ashakti is there. Shastra permits, but when you are young, hale and healthy, if you do prakshanam, cleaning the body, and I do puja, no. Suppose some people sit down and sit in Sukhasana or Padmasana, they do puja. Puja is supposed to be done while sitting down when you are hale and healthy. Suppose you are having back pain, you are having knee pain, ashaktaha you are suppose. What do you do? Shastra permits you, okay, you can sit in a stool or chair little bit higher place. You are allowed. Doesn't matter. Sitting down in front of puja room, in front of Bhagavan, you have to do mantra japa, parayanam. Suppose ashaktaha, you are not able to do because of old age or because of sickness, do on your own bed itself. You are not able to take bath, okay, before bath just complete that also. Shastra gives lot of choice. But when you are hale and healthy, if you sit on the bed and do, Shastra will not permit you, you will not get benefit also. Shastra knows that, you also knows that. Okay. When you are able to perform, when you have Shakti, if you are not doing means it becomes Ashuddhi. When you are not having Shakti, the strength physically, if you are doing also, that is okay. Otherwise it is Ashuddhi. That is called Shakti Ashakya. This is also in Tritiya Vibhakti. Athava or Buddhya. Buddhya means through Jnanam, through somebody's, you are understanding. Buddhya. By somebody says some news. Here I told you already, as long as Sutakam or any that is called impurity, anything comes because of that relatives, anybody, for relatives also, same gotram, same surname, the person, people dies, until you get that news, you can continue the ritual. Until you get the news. Buddhya. Dravyasya, impurity or purity, until you get news, it is Shuddham only. Once you get the news after hearing that any birth or death in the families or nearby or friends, relatives, that time it becomes Ashuddhi. After getting the Jnanam, that information reached to you, then it becomes Ashuddhi. Buddhya dravyasya. Samruddhya. Samruddhya means if you are having lot of money, you can make in proper way with the proper material. You can buy, you can have a lot of things to offer. If that Samruddhi is not there, Shastra permits. Dhanam also, when you have Samruddhi, prosperity, you should not give that Dakshina, very, very less Dakshina. That is Ashuddhi. Mantra lopa, Tantra lopa, Dakshina lopa also should not be there. When Samruddhi is there. When you are not prosperous, when you are not having prosperity, lot of wealth is not there, what to do? Then Shastra permits, if you don't give also, okay. Akshadan samarpayami, akshadan samarpayami. For some people, houses, they cannot buy all puja dravyams. Abharanam samarpayami. Where they can go for abharanam? They cannot buy. But the rich person should not offer akshadan samarpayami in the place of abharanam. Poor person can offer akshadan samarpayami, tambulam samarpayami. Rich person has to buy dambulam. Poor person need not buy akshadan samarpayami, permitted. So these are all Shastra very, very intelligently prescribed. If you have capacity, lot of money is there and you bargain with the priest. If you don't have money, you can bargain. But lot of money is there and costliest saris they buy, costliest things they buy in the house. When the priest Dakshina comes, they bargain. Lot of bargain they do. There are people. When it comes to Bhagavan, that Bhagavan's that what vastram they keep separately, cheap quality vastram, cheap quality sari, dhoti, everything, that we should not buy. When you have capacity to buy, that should not be taken. You have to buy what you are wearing, that much cost you have to give to Bhagavan. How many people are giving? Uh, Selectively they take all very, very lowest cost material people keep for Bhagavan's sake separately. Shop is available. That is wrong. Shastra knows that how much capacity you have, what you are buying and what you are offering. You are able to give Bangar Kiritam, golden Kiritam to Bhagavan, but you are not giving anything. Akshata Samarpayami Nardam. So Shastra knows very well. You cannot escape from Shastra. Therefore, what to do? You have to offer Samruddhya. Shuddhi, Samruddhi is not there, you can offer. If you have Samruddhi, you don't offer, it is Ashuddhi. Buddhya, Samruddhya, Cha. After Chakara, you can put a full stop. All these 10 are meant to purify the Dravyam. Then what? Yada Atmani, Yat Atmani Agham Kurvanti. Atmani means for oneself. For oneself, reflexive pronoun. Atmani, for oneself, Agham Kurvanti. Agham means Ashuddhi, impure. Agham means literal meaning is Papam. Here, Agham means Ashuddhi. Ashuddhi, that Ashuddha, Ashuddham and impure activities, impure davya, Kurvanti yatha. Desha Avasthanusaritaha. Desha Avastha Anusaritaha. If the Desham, that place it is not available, that Dravyam, that purification you are not able to do because of that place. Suppose, what to do? Shastra permits Desha, Avastha. Avastha means a brahmachari should not do grihastha karma. A bala means a child, a young boy cannot do rituals. Avastha anusaritaha. If you are a grihastha, you are supposed to do, you are not doing means that is ashuddhi. Young age, childhood age, teenage, they need not do. They don't get papam because avastha is balya avastha, kaumara avastha. That age they are not allowed to do also. That's why for the child purification sake, we have 16 samskaras, postnatal, prenatal, 3 prenatal samskaras, garbhadhanam, pumsavanam and semantonayanam. Samskaras parents does for the child before birth itself. Child cannot do. Parents does. Prenatal samskaras. All Shodasha samskaras meant for the purification of the jiva. Therefore, that Desha Avastha Anusaritaha. Anusaritaha means according to the situation. Who is using these factors, Atmane means who is using these puja dravyams for oneself, they perform lot of ashuddha karmas for their sake. Shastra recommend in this manner you have to purify them. You have to purify them. Now with this dravyams discussion, 10 are given, further explained in the next verse also, 12 and 13. What are all those dravyams mentioned here? How you can purify them? That is also given here in 12th verse and 13th verse. Page number 234, verse number 12. Dhanyadharvasthitantunam rasataijasacharmanam kalavaivagnim toyaihi parthivanam yutayutaihi. Now further, the purity of the grains, dhanya, and daru. Daru means wood here, not Hindi daru. Hindi daru means liquor. Here daru means wood. Daru. Then asthi. Asthi means literal meaning is bone. Here asthi means hard material like those articles, things which are dravyam made out of ivory. Ivory means elephant tusk. Through elephant tusk they prepare some idol. No? Ivory they prepare, and shankha is also there, and the shankha is also a shell of that one insect. No? That shell also you have to use in the puja, suppose, and the shankha or conch or ivory material, they are called bones, like bone like hardness is there, that is why they are called asti. Tantu nam, tantu means vastram, any thread, any silk material or textiles that they buy to offer dravyam. Even homa, when they want to purna ahuti time, they tie all those dravyams in that cloth. That cloth also to be purified. That is tantu. Rasa dravyams are liquid. Rasa milk like. All those things. Taijasa metal. Charmanam, any skin, deer skin, asanam sake, if you use that deer skin, charmanam, kala, vayu, agni, mrut, toyaihi. Above said, first line say above said dravyams all can be purified by what? Kala, vayu. Kala means time. So at 12 o'clock hot time you can put some dhanyam grains in the hot sun, so it gets purified. It is good also. The vayu also, you can dry up the clothes in that kartika, it become pure. Suppose water is not available in some places to wash often, what to do? They will put to that kartika, and the karta means vayu. Vayu, air purifies, and water, kala also, the time you can put these four purifiers are given here. Kala is one purifier. Kala means, I said, right muhurtam time, right kala, that also one purifier. Vayu, air is also purifier. See, because certain things you keep closed in a tin or something, it gives a smell and durgandha. Then you keep in that outside, the air comes, that smell goes away. Vayu. Then Agni. Agni Sambandha. You, some wood, some material, wood material they buy, the karandi, etc., spoon like wood spoon and all, and they put in the fire to purify that and take it out. Not until burnt they keep, just they put in the fire and they take. Even water also, once you boil, that water becomes very pure. Therefore, in our culture, Agni Sambandha is, Agni is the best purifier. You can make water pure, you can make all things pure by Agni Sambandha. Gold, metal and all, how they become pure? Only through Agni, fire. Toyaihi, toya means water. Through water also you can do that samskara. The milk and all you can boil, rasa means any liquid or milk. So that gets purification through Agni. Parthivanam, earthenwares. Many olden days people, they use all mud pots, mud things only. So mud patram, mud tumbler, mud, everything made out of mud. So they can purify through Agni. Parthivanam, earthenwares can be purified by water, you can clean them. Through Agni, you can clean them. Or through Vayu, you can keep near in the air, where air comes well. That's why in house also, lot of ventilation should be there, air should come. We should not close the windows all the time. So lot of bacteria will be there. Therefore, Parthivanam means earthenwares. Yuta ayutaihi. Yuta means with all of them you can purify if you require. Agni sambandha, water sambandha, toya sambandha, and fire together. With all of them you can purify, or singly one you can take purify. It depends upon your place where you stay and where you want to purify. This much job is there, not just taken as granted. So when you do all these things, you are busy, mind will be occupied. Nowadays people don't have any rituals and all, no sadhanas. Therefore lot of unnecessary imaginations, speculations, depression, fear. Many people are having lot of mental problems because idle mind is devil workshop. Our ancestor knows all these things. We are not caring their words. Yeah? Who will do all these things? We are just ignoring them and not taking any sort of rituals early morning, early evenings. We are not doing. Who will do? Because of laziness, we are not doing. Lack of understanding, we are not doing. Or lack of negligence, not doing. Lack of a lot of ignorance, because of ignorance, not doing. So what is the outcome now? People are all, maximum people are having what now? Either tension, anxiety, suppression, depression, or fear. I am earning. One person is telling, he is my student from long time. Yeah? He is having a lot of fear. Swamini, I have no financial problem. He has constructed a house, daughter, son, wife. Everything is fine. I am financially sound. Very good job I am having. But, lot of fear is there. Lot of fear, because of lot of unnecessary unwanted thoughts, they are coming in the mind. Why they are coming? Mind is not preoccupied. Mind has to be given some reading, some good books, doing something, puja, japa, tapa, temple, so many are there. But because of negligence, we are ignoring. Therefore, people are having, they spend money to go to doctor, psychiatrist. Depression, depressants they take. Why? What for? Because idle mind, lot of speculation, imaginations, fear comes. What comes? Lot of hallucinations. And some problem. Why some problem? No sadhana, no discipline. இது தெரிய மாட்டேங்கிறது நிறைய பேருக்கு. பண்ணணும்னா லேசினஸ், காலையில் எழுந்துக்கணும், டேக் பாத்து, and we should not eat. Lot of disciplines to be followed. Who will do? படு மனமே படு, ஒன்றும் பண்ணாது. I should not follow any disciplines, and as I like I can eat, as I like, when I want to get up, can get up, when I want I take bath. So what? You pay the price later. Pay the price. They are paying now. What they are paying? Paying to the doctor. Okay, paying to the doctor. A lot of fear. Why? Because mind is not preoccupied with God, with those activities connected to God. They are not there. However much you have money, you can never have peace of mind. Our ancestors are not ordinary people. They are very, very, very intelligent. Very, very bright, intelligent people they are. If you follow them, wonderful. If you don't follow, okay. You are the loser, Shastra says. Krishna says. Okay. All these things, what are these things? Dravyam, puja and all, we think. When you sit for puja's sake, you do preparation. How much mind is preoccupied with a lot of divine objects there connected to Bhagavan. Mind gets purity. Every day, years together you do. Your refinement of the mind unimaginable. Simple, little bit you do also. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gaschati, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Hey Arjuna, even little wee bit of good action a person does, it will never go waste. Kalyana krit kaschit durgatim na gachati, hey tata, hey Arjuna. Kalyana kritana noble activities, whoever practice, he will never go any durgati. That is Bhagavan's promise. Next verse, 13. Amidhyaliptam yat yenam gandham lepam vyapohati bhajate prakritim tasya tachaucha vadishyate. Sometimes certain objects to clean which are prohibited, that objects we have to take and we have to purify. For example, garlic. Garlic is prohibited by Shastra. But Ayurveda, they use, sometimes they have to use garlic. Shastra permits, okay. No? Prohibited things. Even alcohol, certain things to purify, the spirit you have to use. You have to touch that spirit, that is alcohol, to purify certain things. What to do? So certain prohibited materials you have to make use of to purify certain objects. Shastra permits. When you have to purify them, you purify. Suppose if you are very much hungry, you don't have any food. Even Chandogya Upanishad it comes, the Brahmana eats that what you can some grains, boiled grains from a person who is elephant, right, who is taking care of elephant. That from that person this Brahmana takes the food, because he was not having food from long time. He is not supposed to eat, but he has taken. And he offered, that person offered water also. Then that Brahmana said, no, I should not take. It is ashaucham. Then that person asked, you ate my food, what I am eating? You have taken from me, that food only I give. That is only to make my prana to alive. Now I have taken, it is permitted by Shastra, but water, without water I can stay. That water he didn't touch. This story tells us, those who have attended my Chandogya Upanishad, you might know this story. You might be remembering this story also. Chandogya Upanishad it comes. Similarly, water also, suppose nowhere water is available, somebody drank and left that water. I can drink, doesn't matter. Otherwise this prana will go away. After taking little bit of water, if you drink 2-3 tumblers of HL water, already touched water, taken water, that is papam. You should not. So for the survival sake, certain times prohibited food, prohibited water, that also Shastra allows. That's why Shastra is very, very liberal. First of all, we remember that. We think Shastra is so strict, Shastra is not permitting to be free and all. No. Shastra Mata is so much giving freedom to us. How much freedom? Na? So much freedom. You can skip bath when you are not able to do. Shastra permits. You can take like taking antibiotics. No? Antibiotics are not good for body. We know. But people, doctor prescribe you how to take antibiotics. There is no way out. Then for antibiotics also use B complex also you have to take supplementaries. Supplementary medicines prescribed by doctor only. Similarly, Shastra or noble person, any Mahatma, a Samskrita Purusha prescribes certain things. Okay, you can do. So take advice of that Mahatmas. One person, you should not take advice from everyone. One person only we have to follow. People take advice from 2, 3 Jyotishyas, astrologers. One astrologer they take and follow, no problem. But they take from Josyam from one astrologer and they don't believe in him and go to another astrologer. What is that sloka says? Mantre tirthe dvije deve daivagne bheshajam gurau yadrisi bhavana yasya siddhir bhavati tadrishi. You must believe in one person, one guru, one acharya, one follower. Don't ask the same thing with 3, 4 persons and you get confused. You do not know what is correct. And you blame this astrologer, that astrologer, or this acharya, that acharya. Who asked you to go to many people? But people do that. That is wrong. They say Shastra is so liberal, you see. Amedhyam liptam yat dravyam, which dravyam is amedhya liptam. Amedhya means that which is offerable. Medhya means medha means puja, yaga, yagaha or puja. Medhyam means whatever is fit for puja is medhyam. Medha is different. Medha means memory power. Here medhya means pujarha, fit for puja. Medhyam means that which is fit for puja is called medhyaha. Amedhya means which is not fit for puja, yaga. Amedhya liptam, tainted, stained, dravyam, material, yat, that yena gandham lepam vyapohati. You can remove that stain or impurity of that dravyam with applying some other. To remove that impurity, you have to apply certain things. That is called necessary evil. We say necessary evil. It is evil only. With liquor, they purify certain things. With spirit, alcohol, they purify certain things. How can alcohol purify? It purifies. What to do? Even certain things, we also make use of them. We are not supposed to touch, but we have to clean that. Taking bath with soap water. The soap is not good actually, but we are using the soap. Actually, olden days people to take bath, they use mud bath. Mud bath use panna, who will use? I want to use soap, modern soap. But they go to naturopathy, cure hospital, Ayurveda hospital, mud bath they give. They apply mud full body. They say it is good for body health and apply mud. Daily you take mud bath and who will take? But those days near the river, you are not supposed to use the soap. River, when you take river bath, you are not supposed to use the soap. Because river water will become affected. Then what to do? Near river bank there is a soft mud. You apply that mud, it is good for body also. Nowadays beauty parlor they go and they apply mud. That is nice, they follow. Whatever our olden days people do, say river bath and use mud, and these are all old. They go to beauty parlor, they apply mud, very nice. And சொல்லுவா. That is what people எல்லாமே the old only comes in new bottle, old wine in new bottle மாதிரி வருது இப்போ. காதுக்கு தோடு போட்டேன்னா அது ஓல்டு ஃபேஷன். இப்போ எல்லாரும் போட்டுக்கிறா. ஆல் பீப்புள் ஆர் புட்டிங் காதுக்கு தோடு, earrings, and boys are also putting earrings. It is like a acupressure. Karana Veda they do at few months itself, at the time, young age itself they do. And all these rituals what were not for fashion, they are all for health purpose. Anyhow, amedjaliptam et ena gandham lepam, by applying which the stain and the smell, gandha lepam vyapohati, that smell or bad foul smell will go away. That bhajate prakritim tasya, after using that, even allopathy also they say garlic is so good for body, and you have to do prayaschitam. The garlic and all, if you touch, you have to do prayaschitam mantram, Gayatri mantram pandi prayaschitam pandi. Certain things if you touch, you have to do prayaschitam. Very vali illa, certain times you touch them. Therefore what prakritim tasya prakritim bhajate, by cleaning that, by removing that stain, it takes its original state. Prakriti means original state, it takes. Tat shaucham tavat ishyate, until it gets purified, you have to make use of that even prohibited object also, until it gets removed from that stain or foul smell. You have to make use of that. Next verse 14. Now from this verse up to 13, dravya shuddhi over. Dravya shuddhi is over. Then even house cleaning also, any ritual when you are performing means house, you have to keep clean, very very clean. Body clean, house clean, clothes clean, everything must be clean. Lot of achara, madi acharana. At the same time, we should not be very much obsessed. Some people, they do lot of puja, lot of chanting, and husband is sitting to do puja, 2 hours 3 hours he perform, wife has to bring so many things and arrange everything, she has to keep it ready. And if anything goes wrong in that dravya material, he is very angry and furious and shout at her, and using all abusing words, and abuse, scolding, and doing a lot of puja preparation. Either she is scolding or he is scolding, both are wrong. People should not use abusing words. Even Yajamana also must maintain that purity, vak tapas. The person who is preparing for wife also should maintain that sanctity. She should not have anything why he is doing. One lady used to say, Swamini, he is so much always doing puja. So much of time he is taking all this. She complained, or he complains. She is always doing like this. So complaining each other, not accepting others' worship or japa, puja, parayanam, anything, others cannot tolerate. Therefore, we should not make others also uneasy when you want to perform. Suppose somebody is performing at home, we should not criticize too much. That's why all extremities are bad. Scolding and doing lot of puja, Vishnu Sahasranam, Archana, enna Archana, scolding wife or children and doing Archana, what is the use? And all spiritual, religious marks he is wearing, lot of Rudraksha, Lasvatika Mala, Vibhuti, so much of religious all marks he is wearing, but no vak shuddhi. Action, manasa, vacha, karmana, shuddhi is required. If that is not there, whatever you do the ritual, there is no use at all. That if it is not Yajamana, the Karta also must be pure. That's what going to come in this Sloka 14. I will read. Snanadana tapovastha Viryashakta Virya samskara karmabhihim Matsmrutya chatmanah shaucham Shuddha karma कर्माचरे हि कर्माचरे द्विजः कर्म आचरेत. Here द्विजः means twice born. Twice born means even Shudra also comes into this. One who has got that Upavitam, Yagnopavitam, everyone, every Hindu we can take. Because Hindus are only having all these rituals, no other religion they are having. Hindu you can take. Dvijaha means Hindu. Acharet, Shuddhaha karma acharet, maintaining the purity, and he should perform. So Desha Shuddhi, Kala Shuddhi, Dravya Shuddhi over. Now Karta, how the performer, Yajamana, how much he must be pure. No? Snana, by taking bath, he has to offer to yajna, yaga, tapa, japa, homa, anything. First, bath is important. Snanam is very, very important purifier. So, desha, kala, and karta. Desha, kala, dravya, karta. Now, karta is coming. Yajamana, the performer, practitioner. Snana, then dana. Charity is very important. We have to give charity, danam. By danam, you get a lot of purification. In moksha sake, you have to tyage naike amrutatva manasya. By tyaga only you get amrutatva, immortality. Therefore, dana you have to develop from the beginning. Bhudanam, Godanam, Vastradanam, Dhanadanam, Jaladanam, Annadanam, so many danams are there. Whatever, not useless things you should not give, all useful things only. Then, third one, Yajamana should follow tapaha. Tapaha means austerity, upavasa, etc. Before doing certain rituals, they have to take bath, they have to do danam, and they have to follow certain austerities. Avastha. Avastha means in that grihastha ashrama, certain rituals are there. Vanaprastha, certain. Brahmachari should not do grihastha karma. Grihastha should not do brahmachari's karmas. So, Agni Samidhadhanam, then Agnihotram. So, the brahmacharya time, Agni Samidhadhanam. And later Agnihotram. So, avastha means grihastha ashrama, one avastha, brahmacharya ashrama, vanaprastha ashrama, sannyasa ashrama. Sannyasi also has got his own or her own rituals. So that avastha, stage of life. Virya, virya means here shakti, strength. So bodily strength is required. If person is not having strength, he cannot sit at all. Very difficult. And not only that, they say Krishna Keshaha. Only black hair person only should do Yagni Yagat Homas. Black hair. You cannot say dye. No, I put dye and practice. No. Only original black hair is important. Virya, that is Shakti. Samskara. Samskara means special samskara. Particular general samskara and particular samskara. Samskara karma bhi. Samskara karma bhi means even body, Yajamana has to do Anganyasa, Karanyasa. Angushtabhyam namaha, Tarjanibhyam namaha. All these fingers also they touch and do Karatala Karaprushtabhyam Namaha. They do Anganyasa. Bodily limbs also they touch, and Shikha, Vashat, all these they touch. Hridaya, Namaha, Hridayam they have to touch. Each limb of the body they touch, and tip, the top portion, tip portion, everything they touch. In the Laghunyasa, Mahanyasa, when they perform, we do Karanyasa, Anganyasa. Anganyasa means limbs. They touch. That is one practice. Shikhaye Vashat, like that they say. Agni, Adhanam, when they are doing Agnihotram, they are doing all this performance they have to perform. Just for physical fitness also they have to see. And last one, Samskara Karma Bhihi is there. And second line we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.